So for this next technique, I'm changing the actual medium that I'm using. I'm going to be using watercolour pencils. I use the ones from WH Smith because actually they're pretty good quality at a very affordable price. What I'm also going to be using is a scalpel or a craft knife. And I've actually got 3 techniques to show you in this video, so I'm just masking off 2 of them. For the first one, what I'm doing is just very gently rubbing the edge of the craft knife against the pencil. And what that's doing is depositing a fine layer of the pigment from the actual, I guess you would call it lead, but it's not, of the pencil onto the cardstock. I'm holding it at about a 90-degree angle to the actual point of the pencil, and I am turning the pencil so that I get, an even scraping, so that I don't end up with a very wonky pencil. I haven't pre-moistened the paper. What I'm going to do now though is use clean water and spritz from quite a distance so that I don't disturb the pencil shavings, and spritz that water. I know you can't see my hand, but I think you can just about make out the water mist going on. What that's doing is once it hits the actual pencil shavings, it's activating the watercolour, and then it's spreading. I did coming in a bit closer after I'd activated all of those pencil shavings, and that's good. I'm going to dry that off now though. Just masking off again. This time I'm actually going to moisten the cardstock area before I apply the pencil shavings. So what's going to happen is the pencil shavings are going to drop into the water and immediately get activated and start spreading. You can see there already that colour is starting to catch the water and spread. Again, I'm just drying off. I like to do this quite a lot of the time because it actually sets everything in place and stops the spread. So as opposed to a very weak puddle of paint, you end up with quite a defined pattern, albeit random. Okay, now I've got one last thing to show you as well. And with this tiny little pot, I've already started scraping in some of those pencil shavings, but I'm just going to carry on just so you can see what I'm doing. Same process actually as I did before, just scraping into that pot a bunch of those pencil shavings. What I'm going to do with this is actually apply some water so that I can use those pencil scrapings to make a coloured wash. So you can use this like a regular watercolour as well. Using a fairly large brush and loading it up with water, and then just dragging a couple of those bits in there, and then just using the water that's on the brush really to activate that pigment. And you can see, look, amazing. You would have thought a few pencil shavings and you've got yourself a watercolour paint. It works in exactly the same way, so the techniques you've seen me do so far, you could potentially achieve with pencil shavings. And of course, if you've got any left, you can always put the lid back on and keep that for another day. Finally, again, I'm just drying that off and setting it in place. There we go. And here's what those look like when they've dried. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that watercolouring technique tutorial. If you'd like to see more, then continue watching. In the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you'll get notification whenever there's new videos uploaded.